They did it! What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sjokz and I know what you're thinking. 3 videos in what, 3-4 days? What is wrong with me? Well, all I can say is that, I don't know, when I actually have something to talk about and I'm actually getting up to things, it's easier to make content. As you probably already know from the title as well as the introductory videos, this video is going to be me talking about my emotional reaction and me recording my emotional reaction when it came to G2 Esports' victory at MSI. Why am I making this video? Well, first up, there was such an overwhelming, positive, happy, supportive reaction to that clip I posted on Twitter. It was just so freaking awesome seeing all the lovely reactions as well as people just saying, oh my god, I'm crying as well. I'm so happy I get to see this. But next to that, there was also a very big negative, hateful reaction on that clip with comments ranging mostly from, oh, why the hell are you crying? That is fake. Those are fake tears. Why would you care? To, why would you even record that? You are such an attention whore. Blah, 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 and noise like that. So I guess for both the positive and the negative reactions, I thought I'd film a video where I explain why exactly that moment made me so emotional and also why I decided to film it and why I decided to share it on social media. First up, why did I have such an emotional reaction to G2 winning at MSI? And I think I have to start from the beginning. Basically the fact that I am a person who gets very, very emotionally invested in a few things in life. The biggest example of that is probably me supporting Belgium, the country I'm from, during the World Cup football or the Euro Cup football. I just get so incredibly invested. I get so aggressive when they lose. I lose all sense of reason. I cry when they win. I cry when they lose. I'm just a whole nother mess. That is just the way I react to these things because, I don't know, I just care so freaking much. How does that apply to League of Legends? Well, for me, the other thing that I get so emotionally invested in is when Europe, when my region does well at an international tournament. And there are specific aspects to that. First up is I've been covering the European LCS, now LEC, for 7 years. It is such a huge part of my life that I work with every single day and every single night. I'm constantly watching, I'm constantly researching, I'm constantly talking to the players and the teams. I follow all of their stories. I'm very close to them. I'm there for every heartbreak, but also for every triumph. I get to interview people in their lowest moments and their biggest moments, and I'm incredibly proud of my region. And I don't know, when you look at it that way, it's really surprising to me that people even would insinuate that my tears would be fake or that I wouldn't get emotional when they do something really larger than life. I just think it's honestly laughable, and especially the people that laugh at it or, you know, that don't understand that it's like, it's my emotions. I can't help what I get emotional about, and damn, I don't think it's a crime that I get emotional about literally the biggest event for European League of Legends, the biggest pride, the biggest moment in 7 years, and what G2 Esports has achieved.
And they wait for everyone to lift it together. G2 Esports, the best team in the world. Your MSI 2019 champions. Europe is now top dog in League of Legends.
And I think that leads me to the next point why I got so damn emotional, is because I never thought it would happen. And I know there's many people that never thought it would happen. I really thought that last year when Fnatic made it to the World Finals and then got 3-0'd, that we were never gonna get that close again, that it was never gonna happen, that it was just not possible, and I had kind of resigned to that fact. But I still had that fire burning inside thinking, oh my god, if it ever happens, that will be so crazy and so important, and I don't know how to react. So for me, when it did actually happen, that moment, all that emotion and all of that history and that baggage of covering Europe for so long after being so happy for them at times, but them never being able to make it at the highest stage, and so many heartbreaks throughout the years, seeing it actually happen, I couldn't freaking help it. The emotions took over, the floodgates opened, and you know how it is. Now the second aspect of that, and why I specifically got so worked up about a G2 esports win, first up for me, it is the fact that Perkz is on that team, and Perkz is the player that I admire, I don't know, probably one of the most out of every player I've ever known, and that's across all regions. This guy fought from the very second he stepped on the European stage. He was absolutely phenomenal. He was one of the best mid laners straight off the bat, but he also went through so much. The heartbreak at Worlds when they couldn't get out of groups, the vacation meme just destroying all these players and then being memed into eternity, and especially Perkz. The fact that I've been there when he was so disappointed at those international stages. The fact that I was there when he was in tears to me about when G2 esports got Sven and Mithy and they had to say goodbye to Emperor and Hybrid, and how he said that he was so sad because he wanted to see his teammates do well and he didn't want them to have to leave the team, but you know, things changed and they had to make decisions for the good of the team. The fact that in 2017, they went to Brazil and they went in the final against SKT, took a game off them, and that was their biggest pride so far. The fact that G2 got a rebuild in 2018 and a lot of fans were disappointed, and he took that all to heart into eventually beating RNG.
We're at their lowest. The G2 dynasty will be defined by taking down RNG.
And I don't care what anyone says, for me still one of the biggest upsets in League of Legends history. And I just remember still to this day seeing him, and this guy had gone through all of this for so many years, and then he can't even realize it because it's just too freaking much. All of that, and then to see this swap to AD carry this year, this risk, but this also absolute selflessness out of Perkz to take a step aside from, you know, a position where he was arguably one of the best ever in Europe, for the good of the team, because he wanted more, and it all succeeding and coming together at MSI. That I don't know if I'll ever feel that again. I have so much respect for Perkz. I admire him so much as a player, and it meant so much to me to see him succeed.
Yeah, here I am winning a championship, I guess.
Oh wow, fantastic that they give you some words of motivation as well. Thank you very much. I'm sure you have a million interviews to go to. You're not gonna be out of here for a long time. Thank you. Congratulations, Caps and Perkz. Yeah, G2 esports, one MSI, changing the narrative, one tournament at a time. Back over to you guys.
Aside from that, there's also Ocelot. I don't know how many people know this, but I used to work way in the beginning for SK Gaming, and Ocelot was then the absolute top dog. I mean, he's now again, but you know, he was a top streamer, he was a top EU mid, he was also very cocky, he still is, but we all know and love him that way. And I was just starting out, and I kind of lost my way. I wasn't focusing on the right things, I didn't have my priorities straight, but he saw what I could be, and he set me straight. He took the time to just tell me what the hell I should focus on, and I should get, you know, my head in the game, because I could have a good career and I could grow, and I will be eternally thankful to him for that. Also the fact that he is a freaking fighter, and he put everything into G2 esports, and he does so every single day. It was wonderful to see him succeed as well, and obviously also just G2 esports as a whole, who are so important to the history of European League of Legends. But then finally, also there was so much criticism on why the hell would you upload that? Like, why would you do that? You know, is it for attention? And for me, that was also such a no-brainer, because I'm there in Taipei, half a world away from all of the fans that I get to see at European events, that I talk to every single day, that, you know, have the same hopes, dreams, and aspirations as me when it comes to Europe. And I thought, well, fuck it, I want to connect with them. I wasn't even thinking that much, because you have to know, like, when the moment happens, I have to set up for the interview, the players get hauled over, so there really isn't that much time to kind of regroup. And I had to regroup because I was crying so freaking hard. And in a split-second decision, I was just like, you know what, I'm crying my eyes out, let me just film 10 seconds of it, put it on Twitter, put my phone away, get a makeup touch up to get the tears out, and do this interview, because in that moment I wanted to share it with everyone. And also from a brand perspective, I think one of the reasons why I am lucky enough to have a lot of fans that support me is because I've always been very open with a lot of things in my life, but also with my emotions and with the way I feel when I'm supporting Europe. And so from that standpoint on, it also just felt so logical to me. And it obviously showed, because I think this is my best performing tweet probably ever. There were so many sweet messages. People are still sending me sweet messages about it all the time, which is so awesome. And I don't know, everyone has a right to say what they want, but I was really hurt by the fact that people would say that it's fake. I can understand why you think it's like cringe or whatever of why you record yourself, even though I explained it now, but the fact that someone who is so invested in all these things like me, you know, how you would say that it's fake is just really crazy. And the people who do say that or believe that, I hope you care about something so hard in your life at one point that you feel the same way I do about what I am passionate about. Final thoughts, you know, if sharing my emotions with the people that have followed me for so long and that support Europe the way I do is a crime, you can lock me up. I don't give a, because we are still MSI champions, baby. G2 Esports are the best in Europe, so peace out.